We have to talk about base. Now, that's probably a term that's been thrown around by a lot of different instructors over the years, but I'm not sure it's always been explained or communicated or demonstrated that that is a position that is constantly changing, and it's changing in relation to what you want to accomplish as a grappler and to what your opponent is doing in time. The first thing, we never throw ourselves off balance to accomplish a certain goal. Even if I was able to get around and pass a guard and I happen to be off balance, that is a fundamental flaw in what we're trying to do with our grappling. It just means that you weren't exposed, right? You got away with the piggy bank, but still there was a crime that was committed, okay? So what we want to be really conscious of is how we position our body. Josh, right now, if you wanted to position your body to be stable in relation to me, if I wanted to push you, what would you do?
I'd blade myself toward you, get stable to the mat, and try to deal with the force vector you may input.
Absolutely. So if you put both of your feet together and you got really tall, it's really easy for me to knock him over. The lower he gets, the more stable he gets to the floor, okay, the harder it is for me to move him. So you get these tall palm trees, and if it's very windy, you'll see them sway back and forth. The tree stumps will not sway back and forth, right? Those are very low to the ground. Okay, so that's kind of what we want to do. The other thing we want to talk about is the fact that the more points of our body we have on the floor, the more stability we have. So Josh, do you have more stability with your two legs? When I try to push you, you can get low to the ground here. Now, you can get low to the ground, but you can only use one leg. Sorry, Josh. Right? So he's not able to support that force coming at him. Josh, if you wanted to become, like, let's say this is not necessarily a grappling scenario, but if your only goal was to not get flipped over, what would you do with your body? Absolutely. You'll notice that Josh has literally every single part of his body right now touching the floor. Not only is it touching the floor, but he's spreading out his different points with his legs, his arms, almost like a star. The whole of his body, all of his weight is on the floor, so it's harder for me to move him. The disadvantage with this position is the fact that he's not very mobile right now. So the key, thank you, Josh, is finding that balance of stability to the floor, but also allowing yourself to be mobile so you can accomplish your grappling goals. Josh, we're going to do a little experiment. If you were to pick up this marker, and you don't have to pick it up, you can pick it up any way you want. And I'm not going to try to destabilize you, I'm not going to try to push you, so you can do this any way you want. If you were to do that, just pick that up for me. Cool. Excellent. Do that again. Now, if I was able to disrupt your base, I could push him forward. All right, Josh, so we're going to do that exact same thing. You're going to pick up the marker, but we're going to raise the stakes a little bit. And this time, I'm going to be an annoying pest, and I'm going to try to push you and try to knock you off balance as you go to do it. So I'd imagine it's probably going to change your body position a little bit.
Yes.
Okay? For $1 million, you cannot get knocked over. How do you pick up that pen? All right. Stay there. If I was going to do this, that's very good. Stable there, stable there, stable there, and stable there. Maybe, maybe not. Depending on what happens. Now watch this. Take this arm away. Put that behind your back. Okay? Right now, if I were to push you over, I could do that. Is there anything you could do to not allow that to happen? He changed his post to deal with that force vector that's coming at him. Remove that leg. Whoa! We both went flying, okay? His goal was trying to pick up this marker without getting pushed over. If he was just trying to grab the marker, he could do it any way he wants. But the fact that there were some stakes, right, where I could possibly push him over, he had to do it in a very specific way and also feel what I was doing to him so he wouldn't get knocked over. This is how we pass the guard. We're not just trying to get around the legs, and we're not just trying to, run around and get into a side control position. We're trying to do that with balance and stability the whole time.